Today I'll show you how to use the new 3-tick wand at Zulrah and share some tips you might not know. Activate a prayer during the boat transition to save 1 tick. On the starting phase, mix in 3 wand hits. On green phase, do 1 shadow, followed by 6 wand hits, and then a shadow last hit. The 6 wand hits can be a little hard to count, so you can look for the clouds disappearing as a cue for when you should do your shadow last hit. For the meleeer that comes after, mix in 1 wand hit. For tanz phase, nothing's changed. You still want to T-bow and mix in 2 blowpipe hits. For the south green that comes after, you want to pillar stall and do shadow only. For both melee phases, you mix in 1 wand hit. For the folks that want a refresher on pillar stalling, you stand against the cloud and click to run as soon as you see the tanz phase appear in the water. Run up to the pillar and do 1 T-bow shot and hide behind the pillar. Then you do 3 sets of blowpipe into T-bow, the last of which you want to enter line of sight 1 tick early to make the boss phase faster. For the western green spawn that can happen after, you want to mix in 2 wand hits. Then do blowpipe T-bow pillar stalling like normal until the boss is dead. For the south green spawn, you want to shadow pillar stall the whole time, fully delaying the boss 3 times, and then staying in line of sight for the rest of the attacks. For both this one and the south green spawn in tanz phase earlier, you can come up with some really complicated patterns that involve partially pillar stalling and doing a few wand hits, but I don't think it's worth it. It's also really hard to rationalize if it's even better because you're making the phase shorter, and normally pillar stalling is good, but the wand has slightly better DPS. And the benefits like sub 1 tick, I think it's just not worth it. Lastly, here are some extra sweaty efficiency tips to squeeze out a little bit extra time. For melee phase, the left and right tail swipes last a different amount of ticks. If we use the identificator plugin, you can see the NPC animation ID to know really early on if it's going to be a left or right tail swipe. Note that this is impossible to do without the plugin because the animations are identical until the very end of the animation, and it's too late to make the decision at that point. If you see that the second tail swipe animation ID is 5806, you can do 3 wand hits instead of 1, and then end with a shadow. This will net you about 5 extra damage. The next tip is interface stalling. This only works if Zulrah keeps the same color as it transitions, so this is only applicable for the starting phase if it goes into green phase, which happens about 1/4 of the time. This is going to let you attack 1 tick earlier than normally possible, and it's going to affect the hit mixing that you do on the next phase if you choose to do this. There's 2 different approaches we can take here. In the spreadsheet here, you can see on the right, the one that starts with 3 shadows and then 3 wands, that's the easier version. And the source of the problem here comes down to needing to switch weapons right at the end of the starting phase while setting up the interface stall. Here's a clip of the easy version done properly. And here's a clip of the hard version, requiring multiple precise clicks in the same tick. I hope you found this video interesting. Have a good day.